Hey guys, this is Coach CJ with CJ Small Training Winners, and today we're going to be talking about email campaigns. This is step 3 of setting up your email campaign. So if you have never set up a newsletter before or a whole email campaign, I'm going to try to keep it really simple. So in step 1, we talked about just setting up Mailchimp and going over Mailchimp and just subscribing and what information to put in and all of that stuff. And step 2, we talked about building a list. And of course you want a list because you're going to need subscribers, man. You're going to need some people to sign up to your newsletter list. And the more people sign up to your newsletter list, the better for you, the more money for you and all of that good stuff. But the bottom line is that when you've got a great list, man, I mean, you could do partnerships with other people, but you can definitely, the number one goal I would think about setting up an email campaign is all about maintaining relationships with the leads and prospects that you come in contact with. And so you want to get anybody on your list that you come in contact with, people that are interested in your business, etc., etc. So in step 3, we're going to talk about setting up the actual campaign, the actual newsletter. Okay, so let's just pretend you're setting up your own newsletter for the very first time. So you want to click campaigns right over here to the left. Okay, after you log in, of course, I've already logged in, so I'm just showing you the simple, quick way. And here's what we want to do. We want to go up to the top right and click Create Campaign. Come on, you can do that. That's simple, right? Now, don't get fancy on me. The next step for the first few newsletters, all you want to do is just click regular old campaign. I love the way Mailchimp keeps stuff real simple. So just press the gray select button right here to the right, and we're going to set up a regular old campaign. And the reason we set up those lists is so that you can have a list. Now, I've got a test list, which we went over the last the last module, but I'm just going to click my Training Winners magazine, which I just set up this list, and it only has 8 recipients, but it doesn't matter if you got 8 people on your list, if you got 80 people on your list, if you got 8,000 people on your list, you got to get started somewhere, right? So I'm going to click send to the entire list, and I'm going to click next at the bottom right. Okay, and you could do that, man. You could do it. Just click next. Just follow these simple instructions, and you might want to set up a side-by-side screen so that my training is on the left side of the screen, and then of course your Mailchimp, actual Mailchimp that you're logged into is on the right side of the screen. So just shrink both the screens, kind of like just shrink them. I'll show you how to do that here in a second. But uh-oh, we don't want this guy. Okay, just training I was looking at earlier. Okay, so great. So now we are at creating or naming your campaign. Okay, so what do you call it, man? What do you call your first newsletter? Well, if you're in the health and fitness business, you might want to put health tip number 1, or something like that. Overcoming procrastination. But for this particular list, which is my Training Winners magazine, we might want to put magazine advertising tips. Okay, I've already got a sample here. And then of course in the subject line, which is really important, this subject line says what people are going to see as soon as they get the email. You do it all the time, right? You see an email that comes in and you either ignore it or you click it, depending on what's in the email subject line. So make sure that that's really exciting, and make sure that it's, I'm just going to put magazine ad tips, okay? And then it's going to ask you from name. Now normally it's probably going to put your name already in here, the name of your company, or your personal name. As long as it's something that where it came from, it doesn't make people go, oh, I don't know who that is, so I don't know if I want to subscribe to that, or I don't know if I want to open that. So make sure you put your personal name or your personal name and business name, okay? And you can set up some tests to track that. Now, if you look down further, if you scroll down, there's some social media stuff down here where it says social media. You can auto tweet your campaign or your newsletter to Twitter, or you can auto post it to Facebook. So if you want to click those, you can do that. Okay, It's just as simple as that. But scroll all the way down and then click, look, here's that next button is again. Now you notice down here at the very bottom it says recipients, who it's going to, your list. Setup, which is what we're doing right now. And then it's going to take you next to templates. Now, the cool thing about Mailchimp, again, is it's so simple, just takes you step by step. So you can click any one of these little simple themes that you can create your newsletter, and you can just press select. Or you can select themes. Okay, they've already got some pre-templates already set up. Trust me, dozens of them or hundreds of them, okay? So you have featured. Oh my goodness, man. You've got auto connect templates. You've got birthday templates. Okay? Coupon templates. So if you're running a special, you can click one of these. All right? You've got e-commerce. You've got, on and on and on and on. So I'm going to skip all of this stuff, take you back up to the top, and we're going to select something that's real simple. Let's just select this postcard right here, okay? And just press select, and while that's coming up, just remember that your newsletter doesn't have to be perfect. People don't care if it's perfect. All they care about is they stay in touch with you. Your number one out of email newsletter every week. You want to be in front of them every single time. You want your name, your brand to be in front of them. So this is also for brand awareness. Newsletter and email campaign is for maintaining relationships, etc., etc. So here's the template that we have set up, okay? And I want to show you some real quick shortcuts. It's so easy. All it is drag and drop. So for example, you have this box area here at the top. If you want to add some text to it, you go to the right, click text, and drag it over here, and just drop it. And watch, voila. Then all you want to do is take this text right here, and you can just copy whatever you want to put in there. Congrats. Okay, something as simple as that. Then just click down to the next area where there's a square gallery, and you can actually replace this little red area with your logo and just click the replace button. I won't do that right now because it's going to take some time. So, okay, so let's just say you don't want this little old English 18th century looking woman right here on your email campaign. All you want to do is click that box, click replace with maybe a more modern, contemporary, cool picture, and you can press select, and there it is. Voila, just that quick, man. My little hand raised guy, he's up there. Maybe he's worshiping God, and maybe you got a church where you want to send out a newsletter, or you've got a ministry you want to send out a newsletter. You may have a health and fitness business, a catering business, whatever it is, you need a weekly newsletter. And it only takes a few seconds, so I'm going to show you how quick this is, all right? So let's click in here where there's some words here already set up, and it says something like square and gallery, so we don't want that. So let's go to pages, and I'm going to copy this text because I've already wrote it out. I'm just going to paste it right in there. Boom! There it is, okay? So let's just go, instead of CJ Small Home Business Trainer Presents, the works of Edouard Monet. Okay, we're going to go back here, and I'm going to copy what I've already wrote out. And you don't have to have a lot of text to create a newsletter. And then I'm going to paste it right in there. Boom. Okay? So there's a lot of things you can do with this text. You can take it, highlight it, you can bold it, you can italicize it. Notice that every time I make a change here on the right, it automatically, instantly changes it on the left, underlining it. Okay? If you want to resize it, if you want to highlight it, if you want to change the colors of the text, you see, boom, just does it quickly, just like that. You can attach links, hyperlinks, where you can take them straight to your website, and so you can change styles, settings, etc. So let's just say that I'm done with this, and of course you can change this text down here. Test, 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 thank you. Okay, thank you. And then Coach CJ. All right, so if you want to just keep going, you can just save and close, or you can just go to next, okay? And it's so simple. You've already got a newsletter set up, man. And so it's asking you, you're all set to send, Okay, it's going to tell you what list it's going to, what the subject line is going to say, mag ad tips. Okay, replies will go to trainingwinnersmagazine@gmail.com, and of course your email will go in here. Tracking, HTML, email. So just send, and right here where it says plain text email, okay, plain text version of this email will be generated and included automatically, which is really cool. So you get this fancy one right here, the HTML one, but then you'll also get a plain text email, okay? Default header, social cards, anyway, all of this stuff, don't worry about any of that. All you'd have to do from right now, if your newsletter is ready, just click send. See the send button at the bottom right? And you are done. That's it. Okay, but what if you're not ready to send it? Okay, you don't have to send it right now. You can click schedule. Okay, right here at the left it says schedule, and if you scroll down, it will send it out on this date. There's a calendar. You can send it out for tomorrow. You can send it out, just with it batches. You can send it out with some time warp feature. I don't mess around with any of this stuff, but it says let Mailchimp optimize the time for maximum engagement. They'll actually tell you what's the best time to send it out. Okay, but you can schedule, and then you can just click schedule campaign, and it's going to send it out automatically. Okay, but if you're not ready, you can just save and exit. Okay, and man, this is just so cool. So I'm going to go back to Mailchimp. All right, and I'm going to go back to campaigns. And here it is right here under campaigns, magazine advertising tips. All right, so when you're ready, you can just click edit and it's ready to send, or you can view it. Well, that's what I really like, is that you can just check it out beforehand, see what it's actually going to look like. And for example, I just clicked view, and that's what it's going to look like. Now, as you can see, it needs some work, right? We need a better picture in there. You may need the logo right here at the top right. You may want to put some other stuff, but for the most part, hey man, don't try to make it perfect. Don't try to make it beautiful. Like I always say, man, the first step of anything is do it ugly, okay? Just do it. Just get it out there and just let people know, hey, this is my first newsletter and I just want to stay in touch with you, and and all of that. So hey, hope you enjoyed this one. The next time we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff, finalizing our campaigns with autoresponders, and there's some other things that you can do automatically. So autoresponders basically is when people log into your email newsletter, okay, and all they want to do, man, is once they log in, they're going to log in and put their email address in there, and I'm going to show you my blog, for example, and with my email box. That's another thing we're going to be talking about, setting up your email opt-in box. Got to have a place, right, for people to opt in, man, to sign up. Okay, so here we go. Look at right here to the top right. It says join our mailing list. And what this is for is so that people can, after you've done all of that work, they can put in their email address, they can put in their first name, last name, and just push subscribe. And it takes about 10 seconds or 15 seconds to subscribe. So I hope you guys subscribe to my email list, where I give you free success tips, home business training tips, and just life tips. But if you want to grow your business, improve your life, I'm your man. Go to CJ Small, trainingwinners.blogspot.com. It's a really cool training tutorial about Mailchimp, and we'll talk to you about the next session where we're going to be doing opt-in boxes and automation. All right.